Look in the mirror, don't know what to say, but I'm happy the man I is.
Goddamn, we back at it, the Kendrick Lamar, KDot, Kung Fu Kitty, the Man of Melody, and the Innocence is back with an album. Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. Oh, it's been so long, y'all. It's been so long. It's been five. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco años. It's been 5 years since we got an album from this man. And man, we've been hungry. We've been starving. It's been salivating. Finally got a couple tracks last year with Baby Keem's album. We got Family Ties of Range Brothers. First time we ever heard this man's voice in several years. On some new tracks, so to speak. Absolutely delivered. He said he's going to come out with an album. He's going to absolutely deliver. He's finally delivered with the album. He released the Heart Part 5 this past Sunday night. Absolutely solid track. Of course, the Heart series is always the introduction to the album. He's always doing a solid job. And now he's finally released the album, Mr. Morale, The Big Steppers. The title of the album and then the cover art was released a few days ago. Doesn't give any insight to what the album's going to be like, but it's Kendrick Lamar, so it's going to be a concept album of some sort. And I think the Heart Part 5 definitely gave us some kind of a good introduction of kind of the topics. You know, it's been 5 years. A lot of things have happened in the last 5 years that Kendrick Lamar can brush up upon. But yeah, this album's looking insane. This is an 18-track album, an hour and 13 minutes long. Lord, we gonna be here forever. This video is probably gonna be like, it's probably gonna be my longest album reaction video. I think my longest ever was probably last week's with Jack Harlow, about 37 minutes, probably my longest. So this is probably gonna be about a 45-minute video, maybe longer. If I keep talking, it's gonna be longer. But yeah, 18 tracks, hour 13 minutes long, gonna be pretty insane. I'm assuming a lot of these tracks are gonna be very long, so it's gonna be a very long video, as I said. So we look at the track list. Some of the features we got is Blast. We got Amanda Reifer, who I have no idea who it is. We got Sampha. We haven't heard his voice in a while. We haven't had an album or project with him for a long time. Taylor Page, have no idea who it is. Purple Hearts has Summer Walker and Ghostface Killer. That's gonna be interesting sounding track indeed. We got Kodak Black on the Kendrick Lamar album. Kodak Black on Silent Hill. We got Baby Keem featured on the track, Savior, which is featuring Sam Dew. Don't know who that is as well. Mr. Morale, we have Tana Leon, have no idea who that is once again. And then Mother I Sober has Beth Gibbons. So, not too many features on here. Very interesting features though, the features list we have on there. But 18 tracks, an hour 13 minutes long. This is Kendrick Lamar's final album of the under Top Dog Entertainment that he announced a few months ago. And yeah, he's going to be fully, not independent, but he's going to be released from Top Dog Independent. He's creating his own record label, which is Peachy Lang. But yeah, Kendrick Lamar, man, it's been 5 long years. It's been a while since we got tracks from him, the album from him. We gotten the Black Panther soundtrack back in 2018, but as you know, that's a collab project with everyone. But Kendrick Lamar just had the creativity of the whole thing. Barely got any features. Like I say, all the features probably like Lucy's or like past leak verses, and then finally he came out with the Baby Keem, Family Ties of Range Brothers, and then the Heart Part 5 just a few days ago. So now he finally got the album, Mr. Morale, Big Steppers. It's gonna be interesting to see what he's gonna talk about. Like I said, it's been 5 long years since we got an album from him, and we're gonna have a good time. It's gonna be a long time, so definitely get you some snacks, get you some drinks, because it's probably gonna be a long video. Now, I gotta get to my disclaimer. As always, my full album reaction reviews is gonna be a lot of jumps, cuts, and skips. It's not gonna be over an hour-long video, hopefully, hopefully. But yeah, it's gonna have a lot of cuts, and jumps, and skips, because if I don't cut them out, it's gonna probably get copyrighted and blocked, and the video gets blocked. I'm wasting my time reacting to the video, editing the video. I'm probably gonna be up to like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning trying to edit this goddamn video. But yeah, just be aware there's gonna be a lot of jumps and cuts and skips in between songs. It's not something I want to do. It's something I have to do because of UMG, Atlantic Records, record labels, YouTube. They automatically block videos, so I have to do a lot of jumps and cuts and skips to avoid all of that. Just for instance, the Heart Part 5 reaction I did got copyrighted and blocked in Belarus and Russia for obvious reasons, but because that video got blocked, I had to that's a whole another thing. But just be aware. I just have to do it. It's not something I want to do. It's just something I have to do with the edits and jumps kids. I promise you, the best parts, my best reactions is always going to be in the videos. But just be aware it's going to have a lot of jumps and cuts and skips. With all that being said, Kendrick Lamar, Mr. Rel, and the Big Steppers. Like I said, grab your drinks, grab your snacks, because Kendrick Lamar is back. Alright, hour and 13 minutes. We're going to be here for a while, y'all. The first track we got is United in Grief. Yeah, there's been a lot of grief the last 5 years, Kendrick. There's been a lot of grief. That's who you have. I gotta grab him some water, because I'm going to be talking for a while.
I've been going through something. In a miniskirt, a man in his feelings with bitter. What is a woman that really hurt? A demon, you better off killing her. What is a relative making with maturity? What if I call on security? That mean I'm calling me out for purity. I wanna go to your therapist, I can debate on my feelings and sharing it well. And I'm moving like, what am I doing? I'm flipping my time through the Rolodex. Indulging myself in my life and my music. The word that I'm in is a cul-de-sac. One and another appointment, I hope the psychologist listening.
It's just so many different sound effects and laid back different things in the timeline of the editing of the music track. There's a whole lot going on, but he's snapping already on us. He's snapping already on us, telling the whole concept. Ooh, just so much going on so far. Just so much going on. The way you just slowed it down. I can speed it back up. Dedicated to the songs I wrote in the Bible. I mean different. Never had it in public, late reaction. 50K to cousins, post a caption. Pray none of my enemies hold me captive. So what? Poverty was the case, but the money wiping the tears away. I grieve different. And that's United in Grief. That was like I said, that was a lot going on in that track. The different sound effects, different effects. It was just so much going on. The different instruments that was put on throughout the entirety of the track. I feel like some of them were going through a side scroller, like a Mega Man or some or Super Mario or something like that. It sounded like that was going through a Nintendo side scroller game at moments of the time. But yeah, that was a lot jam packed. What I got from that track, it was that, like I said, it's been a lot has happened the last 5 years, and it seemed like with Kendrick Lamar, I know he had the fame, the glitz, the glamour, the money, and everything going on. He kind of felt bad that he had all these good things going on, where the whole world was kind of falling to pieces in different ways and shapes and sizes. He's just going through his own form of grief. We all have different forms of grief, as he stated. So yeah, that was a lot going on in that track. Definitely a lot of musical layers. Shout out to the mixing, the master engineer. I know he had to fine tune that thing like crazy for the different things that was on there. Next track we got is N95. Now, if you don't know, N95 refers to the mask, I'm assuming, and this is probably Kendrick Lamar's whole take on the whole coronavirus, whole pandemic thing. I guess it's his own perspectives on it. A little over 3 minutes. Let's hop on to it.
Hello, new world, all the boys and girls. I got yeah. Take off the foo-foo, take off the couch, take off the Wi-Fi. Take off the fabricate streams and the microwave memes. It's a real world outside. Take off your idols. Take off the runway. Take off the Cairo.
The production. The production of the Heart Part 5 went crazy. But just from the 2 tracks that we got so far, in addition to that, yeah, I can already tell the production of this album is gonna go crazy with different sound effects and different instruments. It's just, yeah, I know this. I can tell this production of this album is gonna go crazy. Just off the few references we got so far.
Take off the gossip, take off the new logic, then find rich on where. Get it off! You ugly as fuck! The word in the panic, the women is stranded, the men on the run, the profits are managed, the Lord take advantage, the market is crashing, the industry wants.
Talk about the market is crashing. Yo! Crypto, the stock market, everything down. Let me look at my stocks. Hold on, brief with me, y'all. Brief with me for a quick. And I'm sorry for stopping it again. This is probably meaningless to a lot of y'all, but I gotta show y'all something real quick. I don't know if I can show you this. So I invested about $1,000 into stock, into crypto, the whole thing. Bro, I've lost, I don't know if y'all can see that or not, but so far I lost almost $183. Like, hold on, let me see if I can zoom in on this for y'all, see if I can get it, man. Cause like, yo, I lost 183. The highest it's ever gotten was like plus 200. But it's just been going down the last few months. So good God, just yeah, Kendrick Lamar, everything going down. The prices are going high. Stock market crashing. It's just it's a rough time for the economy right now. It's a very rough and interesting time.
This ain't my family watching for love. This ain't monogamy, y'all getting fucked. Never know what the hell is that, I gotta relax. Ain't the wrong in the right, you hoping for change and miracles. I know the feelings that came with burials rise. Bitch, serving up a look, dancing in a job. Hello to the can I fit on my truth? I got looks and it looks like I got problems and boots. I can swim on my face. Tell me what you do for strength. Make sure your shoulder crank. Make sure your bro for leverage. What the fuck is council coded down? Say what I want about you niggas. I'm like overdog. I drink protocol, bitch.
Just the different sounds, y'all. And that's N95. Didn't really touch on COVID and coronavirus, the pandemic, as I thought it would with N95, but yeah, that track had a just like the intro track. It had a different lot of sound effects, different instruments used, different beat switches and cadence switches with Kendrick Lamar. Yeah, that was just a whole lot. I thoroughly enjoyed that track. This album's going crazy. The next track we got is Worldwide Steppers. Now, I didn't mean to do that. Worldwide Steppers. Okay. Let's see what this track is all about.
Values in this present moment, I saw that through. Ask Whitney about my lust addiction. Text messaging bitches.
Whitney Houston?
Said, ask God to speak through me. That's what you hear now. The voice of yours truly. I don't think like I used to. No, I don't blink like I used to. Aqua stares at everybody. See the flesh area heavy. Sciatica nerve pinch. I don't know how to feel. Like the first time I fucked a white bitch.
See, I got a nerve pitch. I don't know how to feel. I see what you did there, Kendrick. I see what you did there.
Next time I fucked a white bitch was out in Copenhagen. Good kid, Mad City tour. I flourished ancestors watching me fuck. Was like retaliation. I'm a killer. She's a killer.
I feel a beat switch coming. I don't know why, but I feel a beat switch coming.
8 billion people on earth.
There we go.
Now you gonna be dead or in jail. Killer psychology. Silent murderer. What's your body count? We objectified so many bitches. I killed their confidence. The media's the new religion. Niggas kill freedom of speech. Everyone's sensitive. If you're a
Facts.
leak person that goes to work and pray like they post to slaughter people too. Your murder's just a bit slower. I'm a killer. He's a killer. She's a killer bitch. No shopping lies and mortals. Hide your eyes to pose for the pick.
And that's Worldwide Steppers. I'll probably say that's my least favorite track so far. That was alright. Definitely Kendrick Lamar has some nice bars, some nice lines, some funny lines throughout the entire track. But the production didn't go too crazy as the other tracks did. But it is what it is. Maybe it'll grow on me over time. The next track we got is Die Hard featuring Blast. Blast has been blowing up the last few years. And Amanda Reifer, like I said, I have no idea who she is. Goddamn, English. She got a nice last name, Reifer. That sounds aggressive as hell. But yeah, Die Hard. That's how I'm into it. Shout out to Blast. Amanda Reifer? KDot hitting us with the Kid Cudi hums? Facts. And that's Die Hard featuring Blast and Amanda Reifer. That was a nice little track there, nice little vibe of a track. It kind of reminds me of Love, Lust. It's a combination of love, lust, and loyalty, all three tracks from Damn. That kind of reminds me of a combination of all of them, especially the subject matter Die Hard, the title of the track. Constantly all the combination of all those tracks, and Blast and the Man the Right for definitely provided solid features to add on to the vibe of the track. But the next track we got is Father Time featuring Sanford. Man, we haven't had a Sanford track or feature verse of anything in a long time. This man been dosing us for the it's like Kendrick Lamar. He's just been giving us spurts of just barely get anything with this man, but I think it's gonna be a side track having them two coming together after many times of a long time not here either. But Father Time, like Father Time. Let's hop into it.
I come from a generation of home invasions, and I got daddy issues, that's on me. Everything from directions that I can't see. Daddy issues all across my head. Told me fuck a Pharaoh. Terry Mama said that boy is exhausted. He said go fuck himself. If you give up now, let's go call. Oh, this the part where mental stability meets talent. Oh, this the party breaks my losers forever. Daddy issues. Practicing on day off.
Oh, Sanford. It's so good to hear your voice. Pause. Hard pause on that. But it feels so good to hear his voice again. It's just been so long. It's been a while, y'all. It's been a while, but it sounds so good. Pause once again.
But up when I scrape my knee, cause if I cried about it, he surely tell me not to be weak. Daddy is everybody. Go get your money, son. Protect yourself. Trust nobody. Only your mama knows. This made relation. What's the narrative? I am that nigga. When Kanye got back with Drake, I was slightly confused. Guess I'm not with.
You can tell how relatively recent that verse is. This verse is because he's touching on Drake and Kanye West reconciling. I can't wait for that track. Whenever they come together for a track or when they album or it's a loosely single somewhere, I know that track is gonna be amazing because it's just been such a long time since we heard Drake and Kanye together. It's so great to see that they came together and did the free concept for Larry Hoover. And that was good to see them reconciling after all the back and forth they had over the years. But I'm excited to see whenever that track come out. I'm definitely doing a reaction to it. It's definitely gonna be a good time. It's gonna be interesting to see the direction they go, the topic they talk about. Maybe they trying to settle how they settled it, or whatever the case might be. But I think definitely having Kendrick Lamar mention Kanye West and Drake disturbing their beef, dispersing their beef is definitely a good sight to see, especially for me as a music consumer. I just love music, and when we have artists beef with one another, in real time when we get the back and forth between them, that's good of a competition and all that. But I'd rather them come together and make an amazing track. But once again, I'm happy to hear Kendrick Lamar touch on between Kanye West and Drake right there.
When your heart is made of stone, and your mind is made of gold, and your tongue is made of sword, but it may weaken your soul. Cause everything you didn't want was everything I was. Until my partners that figured it out without a father. Women to break, grown men with daddy issues. Don't chase on me, don't chase on me, don't chase on me.
And that's Father Time featuring Sam. But that's definitely one of my favorite tracks so far. Definitely having Kendrick Lamar touch on his own life and having daddy issues, he said, and the title of the track is Father Time. There's everything that his relationship with his father, how that transpired, and how that created the demand of the years today. And then we got Sanford with the solid feature, delivering the solid vocals. Hopefully he comes back with his own track and project of his own, like it says. But a while since we heard this man's voice alongside Kendrick Lamar. But I definitely enjoy that track. It's definitely one of my favorite tracks so far. The next track we got is Rich Interlude, which is almost 2 minutes long. Then we're going to go into Rich Spirit, but let's go into the interlude first.
Smart people making horrible decisions, you know. Rich nigga get my dick sucked after the show. I ain't gonna lie, we were poor. I was getting pink. Nigga shit when you sleep. Nigga shit when you eat. Who never knew that I'd become a fucking Kodak? You know? Rap with my game came from the elders, like, hand me down. Me and my brothers, man, hand me down. Now I give the game back. More than a blessing. What you doing with Kendrick? What you doing with a legend? So what they call you?
Okay, Kodak. And that's Rich Interludes. Kodak Black. Even though he got his own track on Silent Hill, which is going to be interesting to see here, Kendrick Lamar and Kodak Black on the track. But that's twice before now that we heard Kodak Black. We heard Kodak Black on the Interlude, and then on Father Time, I can't remember, or Die Hard. We definitely heard Kodak Black before the Rich Interlude. But yeah, Kodak Black being all over Kendrick Lamar's album. That's definitely something I would have never expected. But yeah, now it's the interlude. Now we're gonna go into Rich Spirit, which features no one. Just to consider, I'm looking ahead on the track. Sorry about that. But Rich Spirit is coming up next.
Taking my baby to school, then I pray for. Cause you bitches ain't never been cool. Writing testament, painting pictures, put me in the Louvre. That's a definite. Rich nigga, broke phone. Trying to keep the balance, I'm staying strong. Diff, can't fuck with you no more. I'm fasting. Bitch, I'm attracted. Buddha, I'm Christ for the shooter. Praise to Muhammad, I might nigga lose you. Hey, my cousin tried to sue me like he got the privilege, but I didn't lose sleep cause I got the spirit. Hey, rich nigga, frat brother, real nigga, that brother. We dress up this war, give me that brother. Cloud chasing, hell of a disease, brother. I'm
Facts. That is facts.
I pray to
And that's Rich Spirit. That was a nice little vibe of track. Kind of reminds, like the vibe of the track is nice and vibey. Kind of reminds me like how Father Time was. And Kendrick Lamar vocal inflections and the different tones and pitches he uses. His voice has always been interesting over the entirety of his career. The way he manipulates his voice to create a different kind of sound and aesthetic to the whole thing has always been fun and interesting. And definitely added to the mood of the track and the vibe of the track. But yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed that nice little vibe of a track. The next track we got is We Cry Together featuring Taylor Page. Have no idea who Taylor Page is, but I guess there's only one way to find out, right? God damn, this is nearly a 6-minute track. The one is this album is hour 13 minutes long.
sounds like.
Are we about to get some boom bap? Boom bap Kendrick Lamar? It's the boom bap style beat. Hold up. We about to get some boom bap Kendrick Lamar? Hold up.
I'm tired of these emotional ass, ungrateful ass bitches. Unstable ass, confrontational ass, dumb bitches.
Please act like your shit don't stink, motherfucker. Grow up, forever late for shit.
Bitch, I don't know shit. Fuck your feelings.
You want some old shit? See, I don't know what.
I know where this is going. We're getting like a live skit, and then we can picture in our minds them just going back and forth, and they're doing it in a rhyme scheme, which is even more perfect. This reminds me of like watching a musical where the two actors just going back and forth, and then but instead this is audio form, obviously, so you create the own image and the whole perception in my head. So now I'm just visualizing Kendrick Lamar and Taylor Page she sounded like a black woman, but Taylor Page is going back and forth, and you just imagine the whole thing in my head. So this is something, a nice little touch we got right here with them going back and forth right now.
Fuck you, nigga. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you, nigga.
Jesus Christ.
I held your ass down.
You just cut me down. That's a big difference. Stressing myself, trying to little dick ass nigga that's trying to go big.
But you were sucking it.
Why is girls always big as insults when they're arguing with their significant others? They got a little dick. You fucking went on to begin with. That's a whole nother rant. I'm not even gonna get into that. Just y'all might know it. Why is that always? I'm gonna keep it going. I'm gonna keep it listening.
Oh shit, I should've sucked in.
What you said?
I should've found a bigger dick.
Bitch, get the fuck out my face.
Text that raggedy bitch and telling you all that she got. Let her know you packing your shit.
Got you hiding for nothing.
I do the same when we fuck.
Act like that pussy.
I'd rather fuck on your cousin.
Bitch, you said you gon' fuck who?
You want a nigga, it's nothing.
You know what? Think of my mama. The fuck is your problem?
That bitch don't like me anyway. If you look, I don't speak, then I'm called on my name. I'm flawed, I'm paid, never yours, I remain. The reason Harvey Weinstein had to see his conclusion. You the reason R. Kelly can't recognize that he's abusive.
Shut the fuck.
How you gonna shift all that blame, Harvey Weinstein, R. Kelly onto this man? Just, there's no correlation. Correlation does not equal causation, okay? Okay.
Y'all know you still playing this music. Said I'm tired of these emotional ass.
That's facts. That's facts. Shout out to R. Kelly.
Face your mouth is all you got.
Lay this pussy back on the
Doggy
couch.
style, then you get on top.
Fuck me, nigga.
I'ma fuck you.
Of course.
Fuck me, nigga.
Of course.
Fuck me.
And that's We Cry Together. That should be considered a skit, but that's a 5.5 minute skit track rap going back and forth between a normalized relationship, toxic relationship, as you can say. of two people going back and forth and then somehow coming together at the end once again. I think we all know a toxic relationship, whether you're in one or you know a friend that's in one or a family member in one. Yeah, that was just a whole lot. But that was nice, them going back and forth and having the raps and the bars over it instead of just being like a normal talking skit. That was nice, nicely constructed. The next track we got is Purple Hearts, which has Summer Walker and Ghostface Killer. It's gonna be interesting to see. We're gonna get some vocals from Summer Walker and then Ghostface Killer. I just have no idea. I know he's gonna rap on it because it's Ghostface Killer. He's one of the greatest rappers of all time. But it's gonna be interesting to see how this track sounds. So let's find out. Another 5-minute track.
Keep me torn and I'm a walk. Rolling sevens, I ain't real for no cough. This my undisputed truth. My life is like forbidden fruit. My vision up the body. Who said they saw me? Crown known by Molly.
Kendrick Lamar with the melodic.
And they bless you back. Keep me torn and I'm a walk.
Summer Walker coming on in.
From my past, no, it ain't love if you ain't never eat my ass.
Before Ghostface Killer comes on, I am highly interested to hear how he sounds. It sounds like he's about to rap. Thankfully, it's not a random speech from Ghostface Killer, but it sounds like he's about to rap on here. I never really heard Ghostface Killer over a melodic, vibey love song type track. So I'm very interested to see how he sounds because it seems out of his element. But I don't know who am I to say? Who am I to say? He might absolutely snap on the verse from us. But let's find out.
While I'm crying, I clean the feet of the sweet Jesus. Dreams, visions get blurry of the Elohim is like. It's known to tear reckless, the intervention. This world's in the twilight zone. This is the fifth dimension.
Ooh.
God, please blow a heavy baggage. My brother's ashes, I seen tragic. I did dirt, smack.
God, okay.
Give a fuck about this man. I want ownership. When I say it's God's way.
Keep me torn and I'm a walk.
Shout out to Ghostface Killer. And that's Purple Hearts featuring Summer Walker and Ghostface Killer. I thoroughly enjoyed that track. Nice little vibe of your track. As the track was going on, like I said, Kendrick Lamar and then Summer Walker, both of them going back and forth with the melodic type vibey track. And I'm just like, how is Ghostface Killer going to fit on this track with his raspy voice? And when you know how Ghostface Killer is, that motherfucker going to snap on this track. But he had to slow it down. He had to slow it down. Shout out to Conceited. Slow it down. I just dissed you. He had to slow it down. Take his time and just let the words just flow out of him. And he definitely did that. Definitely delivered a solid verse. That he definitely touched on a subject matter that was about love and relationships. And yeah, that was a nice little solid track. So far, the tracks that I'm liking are the laid back, vibey, lovey-esque type tracks, more self-reflective type tracks. Those are the tracks I'm thoroughly enjoying so far. So that's Purple Hearts. Next track we got is Count Me Out. We're about halfway through the album, y'all. We're halfway through. 9 tracks in. We've got 9 more tracks to go. It's almost 1 in the morning. Yeah, it's almost 1 in the morning, so I'm still only halfway through. I'm telling y'all, this is going to be a long time. So, Count Me Out. Coming up next.
One of these lives, I'ma make these right with the wrongs I've done. That's one of you not with the spread. When somebody take your dreams back, I care too much, wanna share too much, in my head too much. I shut down too, I ain't anybody else but myself. All else fails, I was myself. Outdone fear, outdone myself. This year you better win yourself. I fought like a pure boy terrier, paradise share, could feel like aquariums. If I didn't learn to love myself, forgive myself 100 times down. Love when you count me out. Fuck it up, fuck it up, fuck it up, fuck it up, fucking it up. I don't wear my shirts when I lash it up, fuck it up, fucking it up. When you was at your lowest, tell me what my name is in your mouth. Sure. Fuck it up, fuck it up, fuck it up, fucking it up. You said I feel better if I just work hard without lifting my head up. I know when you count me up. I know when you count me up. I know when you count me up. Stress, anybody fighting through the
And that's Count Me Out. Nice little, another vibey track that I thoroughly enjoy. Definitely the little bit of the beat switches, and when Kendrick Lamar just slowed it down, made a nice little vibe out to it. I'm thoroughly enjoying these vibey type tracks that we're getting from the album so far. So that's Count Me Out. The next track we got is Crown. You know, some people call Kendrick Lamar the king of rap right now. Even though he's been gone for 5 years, he's taking back his throne. He's taking back his crown, as the track suggests. And let's see what he's gonna talk about on Crown.
You walk around like everything is in control. I can't please everybody. Wait, you can't please everybody. No, I can't please everybody. One thing I've learned, love can change with the seasons. And I
That's
can't
facts.
please everybody. I even please myself. I got a new car with a lot of new car. But when the new car hit,
And that's Crown. That was a nice little track right there. Nothing too crazy going on with it. Just a message, man. Just a simple message of you can't please everybody, and then you just gotta find happiness with yourself. But then you gotta be careful when we try to find happiness in yourself. You can't find happiness in yourself. Oh, I can buy this car, like he said, buy this car that's gonna buy me happiness. Okay, when that car gets old, or that ran its course of the happiness that it's provided you, that brief satisfaction, should I say, the brief dopamine that hits your brain. After that, what's the next thing you're gonna buy? And it's never end the cycle. So you gotta find happiness in yourself, find happiness in the things you're doing, and then that will lead to a more happier and prosperous life. So a nice little message that track, nothing too crazy going on with it. The next track we got is Silent Hill for Kodak Black. Now Kodak Black, we heard his voice twice on here. Once on Rich Interlude, and then once before, I believe it was Die Hard, might have been another track, I can't remember specifically. But yeah, finally getting the actual Kodak Black verse here, even though he kind of he rhymed on the Interlude. But Kendrick Lamar and Kodak Black, never thought them two to come together for a track, but it's 2022, anything can happen out here, so let's find out what the track is about.
Why you keep fucking with me? Push these niggas off me like, push these bitches off me like, push these niggas off me like. Bitch, you talk too much, you making it popular.
The first part roll with breaking the hood. I'm worried about this over here, we good. The AP Roman numeral, everybody go and need pharmaceuticals. Track hard rush like a slingshot. We go ruby diamond on my piece. Red Cross kept a nigga fed. In the studio with KDot, fresh out the fed. Yeah, you never sent tent on the wood like who's that? Cool take off like it's mad. Beat the dope with a fork on which one your ice, why I want your life, but fuck it, I still might rob.
Push these niggas off me like.
And that's Silent Hill for Kodak Black. That was a very interesting track. Never thought, like I said, hearing Kodak Black and Kendrick Lamar coming together for a track. Kodak Black said they were in the studio together, so that had to be an even more interesting vibe. And yeah, that was an alright track. That was another track with Kendrick Lamar and his different vocal inflections. And then different alternative voices he liked to create with his sound. And yeah, that was an interesting track. Definitely the production definitely was interesting on there as well, but definitely supported the whole entire energy of the track. Next we got coming up is Savor Interlude, and then the Savor actual track. And the Savor Interlude is 2.5 minutes. It's not, normally an interlude is not 2.5 minutes long, but it's Kendrick Lamar, you can do whatever the fuck you want. So the Savor Interlude, let's hop into it.
You ever see your mama strung out while you study?
Baby Keem.
Your uncle Evans on the dashboard. You just want a platform. I want to take everything that I asked for. Catch me in body, I put that on the pattern for certain. I think it's white panties and minimal condoms. My uncle catch a body, put the product in the top. Nigga about to get some pussy, give me five. Gun dirt, been down on my luck. Been down on my luck when I fall. I gotta get up. Now how can I fall looking at 20 million? This money don't come with a probate. Mama, Mr. Morale.
Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. And that's the Savor Interlude. That's pretty much Baby Keem's whole track right there. But we get into the real track with Savor featuring Sam Dew. I have no idea who Sam Dew is, but just want to find out how this track is going to sound like, especially with Baby Keem having his own first solo song pretty much right there. And now we're going to have all three artists come together for the Savor track.
Cole made you feel empowered, but he is not your savior. Hey, CC, wait a minute. Ben aquí, c'est la vie. I tell her, hold you.
Are you happy for me? Billy, are you happy for me?
Smile when she say the vaccine won't go to beast. Then he cut COVID and prayed to Pfizer for relief.
Facts.
One protest for you. 365 for me. Especially when people got ambiguous favors, but their hearts now did it. See, everything's for the paper. The independent thought is like an eternal enemy. Capitalist posing as compassion. And they like to wonder where I've been. Protecting my soul in the valley of silence.
And that's Savior featuring Baby Keem and Sam Dew. Thoroughly enjoy that track from the distorted production and the vocal sample that they flipped right there, and then the subject matter that Kendrick Lamar had touched on COVID and the perspective of Kyrie and other religious entities and the whole perspective, the whole vaccine, and then he touched on Vladimir Putin and the destructiveness he created over there in Ukraine, and yeah, that was more of a social justice. And he talked about the protests that we've been going on throughout the entire 5 years that he's been going away from rapping. But yeah, he touched on a lot of different subject matters and topics there over the nice production. Thoroughly enjoyed. That's one of my favorite tracks from the album. So if I was waiting for Kendrick Lamar to touch on some kind of social justice issue or world issue in some way, shape, or form in a more detailed manner. The next track we got is Auntie Diaries. we all got that auntie that got stories for days. Well, thinking about one of my aunties, but Auntie Diaries. Let's hop into it.
My auntie is a man now. I think I'm old enough to understand now. Drinking Parmesan with her. Asked my mama why my uncles don't like him that much. And at the parties, why they always want to fight him that much. She said, back when it was comedic relief to say faggot. Faggot, 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 we ain't know no better. Became a man and I took pride in it. She wasn't gay, she ate pussy, and that was the difference. That's what I told my first person I seen right or rap. That's when my life had changed. House full of demos.
Demetrius is Marianne now.
He's more confident to live his plan now. But the family, I mean, he's really Marianne. Even took things further, changed his gender before Bruce Jenner was certain.
Even if said, Mr. Preacher Man, should we love thy neighbor? The laws of the land that our heart was greater. I read a teen over religion. The family got closer, it was all forgiven. I said the F-bombs, I ain't know any better. But only if you let a white girl say nigga.
I see we did that at the end there. That's Auntie Diaries. That was a nice introspective track that Kendrick Lamar talked about his family. His auntie transitioned on to being a man, and that whole dynamic between them and the whole family. And he even mentioned that the first time he had saw someone rapping and creating beat tapes and rap bars versus was his auntie that transitioned on to being a man. And then the second half went on to he had another cousin that transitioned on from a man to being a woman. And he said, how can y'all not see this coming? This man was playing with the Barbies out here. What was y'all thinking? What was y'all thinking? You see this happening. How y'all shocked? Surprised. Y'all see this happen. So it's definitely a nice little introspective track from Kendrick Lamar and how he brought it all into shed light into his family, some of his family members. So nice little track right there. The next track we got is Mr. Morale, half the title of the album, featuring Tana Leone. Don't know who that is, but I guess we're gonna find out how good her voice is. Down to the last 3 tracks, y'all. Down to the last 3 tracks. This production kind of reminds me of like an intense moment on some kind of video game. I don't know if it was like a fighting scene or like a mini boss or a final boss, but the tempo of the beat kind of reminds me of that. This kind of reminds me of like a final boss type fight or like a mini boss into the final boss type fight. It's up tempo, getting the energy high, getting setting the tone for the whole fight. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of what the production reminds me of right now.
When there's no one to call. Know about black trauma, heaven is kicking back is another genre. Tyler Perry, the face of 1,000 rappers using fire. Watching my cousin struggle with addiction, then watching her firstborn make $1 million, and both of them off the grid for forgiveness. I'm sacrificing.
Talk about Baby Keem.
It's time to heal.
And that's Mr. Morale featuring Tana Leone. Tana Leone turned out to be a man at the end there. Nice little track right there. It's not one of my favorites overall, but definitely like the production of it. Like I said, it kind of reminds me of like a video game going against a final boss of some sort. The last 2 tracks, man, coming down to the last 2 tracks. The next track we got is Mother I Sober featuring Beth Gibbons of Portishead. Okay, you had to add in where they're from. Okay, that's very interesting to put on the title of the track. But Mother I Sober, let's hop into it. Oh my God, this is nearly a 7-minute track. Holy Family ties.
But how many times they accused my cousin? Did he touch you, Kendrick? Never lied, but no one believed me when I said he did it. From did he touch you? I said no again. Still they didn't believe me. Mother's brother said he down. She looked me in my eyes. Is there an addiction? I said no, but this time I lied. I knew that I can't fix it. Pure soul, even knew she was violated. In Chicago, I'm sympathetic. 2 years later, trauma has resurfaced, amplified. As I write this song, I shiver cause I'm nervous. I was 5, crushing our children, don't inherit me, and feeling sidetracked on conversation. Not being that they made us watch, they made us rape each other. Psychotic torture between our lives. When we heard the rapper sexually abused, I see them daily, burying their pain in chains and tattoos. So let's all set free my cousin chaotic from my mother's pain. I hope Hakeem made you proud, cause you ain't die in vain. So I set free them as I set free all your abusers. This is transformation.
And that's Mother I Sober featuring Beth Gibbons of the Portishead. That was an intense and deep track. Kendrick Lamar talking about his mom and talking about himself and what the abuses they went through growing up. That's definitely a deep and intense track. And there's a lot to digest and a lot to take in and a lot to, like, Jesus Christ, that's a lot. And then, of course, trying to break that whole curses and going to therapy and reliving that, it gotta be traumatic and stressful as all hell can be on one's mind per se. But yeah, that was definitely a deep track that's very dark, and that's definitely one of those tracks where you just like, goddamn. But we get down to the last track, y'all. The last track is called Mirror. Just over 4 minutes left. It's currently almost 1:45 in the morning. I am getting very tired, but I am pushing through for y'all. I am pushing through. It's gonna be even longer at the end of the video, but we down to the last track, Mirror.
The pressure's taking over me, it's beginning to loom. Think twice again, I'm gone. I chose me, I'm sorry. Personal gain of my pain is nonsense. Darling, my demons is off the leash for a mosh pit. Baby, I just held for favor and get a mirror that mirror grievance. They pointed at me so the reflection can mirror freedom. She sorry I didn't save the world, my friend. I was too busy building mine.
And that's Kendrick Lamar, Mr. Morale, and the Big Steppers. Thoroughly enjoyed Mirror at the end there. Nice conclusion of the track, and that track kind of concludes on why Kendrick Lamar has pretty much gone the last 5 years, that he had to focus on himself, focus on his family, focus on his traumas, focus on the own issues that he has growing up in the last few years, and seeing the whole thing of the world in the last 5 years and how everything's changed and shaped in size. From the beginning of the track, United in Grief, talk about the grief that we all had, and seeing the conflicts going on in the world, and off of the track of the conflicts he had in himself. So it was a nice little roundabout right there. And then that's the album, 18 tracks, hour and 13 minutes long. It's almost 1:50 in the morning. I am getting very, very tired, so I'm gonna wrap this up as fast as I possibly can. Thoroughly enjoyed the album. It's great to hear Kendrick Lamar back. It's been so long, man. So long since we got an album from the man. I think this is the longest gap periods in between albums. Usually it's like 3, maybe 4 years, but 5 is absolutely insane. We've been thirsty. We've been salivating for an album from this man. We finally got it. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Some of my favorite tracks. Let me go over some of my favorite tracks. Some of my favorite tracks are N95, Die Hard. A lot of my favorite tracks are a lot of the tracks that's more vibey, relationship-esque type tracks. So N95, Die Hard, which had Black Cinnamon, the Rifer, Father Time. I think Father Time might be my favorite with Sanford with the vocals. Rich Spirit, Purple Hearts, Ghostface Killer, somebody with those verse, Count Me Out, Savior, and then Mirror to close it out. I think that's definitely some of my favorite tracks. But definitely Father Time, Purple Hearts, Rich Spirit, and then Mirror. It's a good like 5 to 7 tracks I thoroughly enjoyed. When it comes to these 18 track albums, especially when it's an hour and 13 minutes long, because it's just a lot of these songs are almost all, besides the interlude songs, all the songs like 3.5 minutes or longer. The longest song was almost 7 minutes long. So we've been here forever, man. It's, like I said, it's almost 1:50 in the morning. We've been here for a long time. But yeah, so Kendrick Lamar, I'm expecting that Kendrick Lamar is more of a concept or more self-reflective. So it's gonna be a lot into the album. This album definitely had a lot into it. 18 songs in an hour, 13 minutes of runtime. So yeah, that's some of my favorite songs. If I had to rank it out of 10, my first listen to it, first impressions. If I had to give it, I would give it somewhere between, I would say, this is my first listen. No, you gotta digest this thing after multiple listens, but that's my first listen. I would have to give it somewhere between an 8 or a 9. And with giving that 8 or a 9, it is not my album of the year. I'm gonna get fucking disliked. I'm gonna ruffle some feathers, but it's not my album of the year. I will say that. I think Pusha T's It's Almost Dry is still my album of the year. I don't think Kendrick Lamar is top that. It's definitely first listen. Once again, first listen. It's definitely my top 3. I probably put it at number 2. I'll probably put Benny the Butcher's TED Talk 4 at number 3. Kendrick Lamar, Mr. Morale, the Big Steppers at number 2, and then It's Almost Dry by Pusha T. That's my top 3 so far of the year. The reason why I'm not putting it in at the number 1 spot, even though it's very self-reflective, self-introspective from Kendrick Lamar, talking about his family, his personal life, and the issues and the traumas that everyone is going through. Definitely insightful, definitely enjoy that. One of my biggest problems with this album is because it's half of it is very self-reflective, self-introspective. That a lot of these songs don't have a lot of replay value. So I factor in the replay value. How much can I replay this song? Whether I'm just doing some work, productivity, listening in the car, whatever the time or occasion might be, can I replay this song multiple times and not have to like focus on the lyrics or focus on the subject matter so much. So like half the album I can possibly do that, and the other half I really can't. It's just like really, you gotta digest it per se, instead of like replay value. You gotta have this in the background as a nice little vibe, adds a vibe to whatever might be going on. So that's that one thing that's hindering me from it, from putting it in the number 1 spot ahead of It's Almost Dry. But I still thoroughly enjoy the album. I'm happy and satisfied with the Kendrick Lamar album. It's gonna be interesting to see. Man, I'm gonna get crucified for everything I just said right there. But I'm definitely interested to see where do we go from here. Is it gonna take another 5 years to get another album from Kendrick Lamar? You know, this officially ends his contract with Top Dog Entertainment, so we're interested to see with P. Ching Lang, his own record label or branch or whatever that might concept, company, business, entrepreneur, whatever that the whole thing might lead into, and then maybe other artists he might sign. And Baby Keem had a solid time, solid feature, solid track in the interlude. Yeah, Kodak Black with the narrations on his album like 4 different times. But yeah, I still thoroughly enjoyed it. Like I said, it's in my number 2 spot. It's not my album of the year. I still got Pusha T's Almost Dry, my album of the year, but I still thoroughly enjoyed the album. Definitely excited, definitely happy and satisfied from the Kendrick Lamar album. Definitely self-reflective. It's definitely got my taste of what his perspective on everything has been going on since he's been gone the last 5 years, and we definitely got that across the entire album. But mostly specifically, what track was that when he touched on a lot of issues going on in the world? I think that was Savior when he did that. But yeah, I still thoroughly enjoy the album. Let me down below what you think about the album, some of your favorite tracks, your perspective. Is this your album of the year? Is it your top 3, top 5, whatever the case might be? Like I said, it's my number 2 spot behind It's Almost Dry. I gave it like somewhere between an 8 and a 9. But yeah, let me down below what you think about the album, the concepts. I might have missed a lot of things. I'm reacting to music. It's hard to react to music and focus on the music at the same time. It's hard to do both at the same time. But definitely after more listens and digest, maybe my opinions might change over time. I don't know, it remains to be seen. But definitely down below what you think about the album. Comment down below some of your favorite songs, etc., etc. But Kendrick Lamar, after 5 long years, we definitely got a solid album. And I'm excited to see where we go from here for Kendrick Lamar. So, Mr. Kendrick Lamar, Mr. Morale, the Big Steppers, thoroughly enjoyed it. So, if you like the video, please like the video. I got more content like this always coming soon, so please subscribe. Goddamn, y'all. It is currently 1:54 in the morning. I am tired, but I'm gonna have to chunk out this edit. I'm gonna probably be up till easily probably 5 in the morning editing and uploading this video, but I do it for y'all. I do it for y'all. I see y'all in the next video. Peace.